let us begin Season 3 of Dragon Race Team China in the yellow and red car of Doom. If you hadn't watched my pre-season video, well, we decided to change up the colour scheme because it was too similar to last season. We'll see how this goes. If it turns out to be abysmal, we'll blame it on the rhubarb and custard. If it turns out to be awesome, we're going to keep this racing scheme for a little bit longer, but I like the rhubarb and custard scheme. We have built a helipad, we've built a simulator, we have got a factory ongoing, and we have 11 days to prepare our car. Now, in terms of actually how good it is, it's really not. We are abysmally far behind on the grid, but we're not the worst in any component area, which is encouraging at least. So, our overall plan then. We do need to design a new part. We're going to design, I think, brakes to start with. Although, in fairness, I can't do a lot other than get reliable, which actually might not be a bad idea. Reliable brakes in 4.7 would allow me to build up. So I think we are going to go brakes to start with. $500,000 on a brake upgrade. The reason that's important is because, obviously, here is where we now have to start from. And we're starting from the 40s, 50s. Our overall plan is to try and get points early. Because, as we saw from the start of last season, it's going to be a struggle for most cars to actually finish. So we're going to be improving gearbox and one of the front wings, the lower one actually. The hope is these parts will be good enough. Once we get the new brake in, we'll replace the front wing, because I've noticed this. These are the three parts that are going to take the most stress, so they're the parts we need to concentrate on. Let's continue going. And now we have to pick our target. And I think we're going to have to pick our target as 8th, get 14.5 million in total here, because I just do not know. It's possible if we get a lucky result, a podium perhaps, a race win, we might even be able to get 6th, definitely, but I can't be sure of that. So this feels like a gamble, because if I don't score in the first race, we're going to have real problems after that, getting into the top 5. This though, this might be doable. Maybe with 1 or 2 solitary points early on. We'll see. So we're going to go target 8th. So here we go. Everything comes along, and we have a finished set of brakes. Yeah, we're going to be in a low money position for a little bit, but hopefully we'll get some sponsor targets soon once they rotate out, and that will allow us to rebalance things. So hurrah, new brakes are now built. We're now going to build another set of brakes. We're going to go for... We'll get these finished before the end of a race, won't we? Unfortunately, this is a reliability drop, so even though they're good brakes, they're going to cost us a little bit unless I go for double. Except I can't do that because, of course, we need this. So let's not go there. Let's actually go for a build time reduction. Or a red zone reduction. We'll go for a red zone reduction there. Give it only a 10% breakdown thing. That might actually be more beneficial early on. Obviously, we'll still need to upgrade it, but that will do. We're now 2.5 million down already. So back to part improvement. We got everything into the 50s. Obviously our new brakes will be there as well. Already at 55. So we've made a steady improvement already. Gradual part improvement. I might as well just do that for now. I'm not expecting a lot out of this, but you know, we'll get any small upgrade we can. We might as well continue. So every +1. Every +1. So at this point, we've now got all our parts into the 60% range, and these are the ones that are going to be most stressed. We're going to have some issues elsewhere. The good news is the engines are one of the slowest parts to replace, and we do at least have those as spec. So, you know, that should work out for us. Okay. So we now also have a helipad, so when we get around to sponsorship reshuffling, 86%. We're not actually at the top of that yet, but we can be. So 4-star sponsorships coming in a couple of races' time. And we really need all of these to refresh out, I think. So, here we are. Zulatev and Tally, not the best of drivers, are now going to the Singapore Grand Prix. And I don't think we're going to finish 4th and above. I really don't think we're going to finish 4th and above. However, I'm going to go with it anyway. Because if we were to make this, this would put us much closer to being actually neutral budget position. So that's how we're going to go. Alright, neither driver is massively content with the car, but, you know, we'll see. Things will work. Things will work out. Dualatev, you are our best hope, so you are going to take the upgraded gearbox. We're also going to make sure you've got all the reliable parts as much as possible, even if it's by a smidgen. We're going to make sure of that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Dualatev is definitely our best hope here. Once it's Canada, we'll swap this back around. But let's go racing. I'm hoping that a lot of drivers just fail to finish. That is my overall riding hope for this. Is that nobody really finishes, and we can just grab a point for 5th. It's certainly going to be easier to score points now than it is going to be later. And also, we get to do practice qualifying and the race for the first time ever here. So let's see where I can find my Singapore setups. There we go. So here we are, Singapore. Obviously, Karatali and Ahmed Dualatev will be going out there, and we're going to be going out there on super softs here because we desperately need a good race tyre, and we're going to have to make a lot of pit stops anyway. So there's no point in using the harder tyre. The setup I have written down says that, followed by that, and I've got 44 and 36 written down here. 38, I guess. No, can't read my own handwriting. And we are going to go to super softs. You notice we do not have a lot of tyres for this, so we are going to have to basically rotate and do one lap things here, and hope we can still get things off from that anyway. So 17.7, 27.7, up 1, 38 and 44. Tire choice super soft. Okay, confirm. So obviously we are aware that it's going to be a wet race to some extent. Hopefully that might play into our favour. I can hope it does anyway. And we will take the session here. So we have a bit longer time than we would normally do, but this is where we got a problem. We have quali trim and race trim. Now we're fairly certain we're not going to be anywhere in race conditions, but I think we will see if we can get quali trim 1 on one of our cars, maybe. Dualatev. Okay. So we'll have them both do this, and we'll just see how close we are. I don't think, though, we're going to go mad on this because we need to concentrate on race trim. So both of them need a little bit of tune-up before they can go out there, and Dualatev immediately breaks away from Tally. So, here we are. Singapore. I really like the red look there. I mean, the yellow's not really coming off. I'm kind of zoomed out, but you know, it's fine. It looks quite good from above. Doesn't look particularly crazy, but I can improve. So, one lap quali. Aero is great right now. Excellent to hear. So, flying laps begin. We would imagine we're nowhere near on the grid position, and also I'm just looking at how close quali trim is to getting done. It's not really. Tally's 7/10 down. Tally's actually quite fast in the second sector looking at that, so okay. Tally actually went 4th. Dualatev went 3rd. That's better than I was expecting, though of course a lot of drivers haven't come across yet. And there's a lot of positive noises coming from these two. Maybe I do go for quali trim again. In fact, I might send one out on quali trim because he's quite close to being done. I can just do a 1 lap in-out. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, awesome. Right. Dualatev then. We've got enough time for 2 runs effectively, but I think the last run's just pretty much going to be out there on race trim and see what we can do with it. So, in fact, let's actually put you onto race trim now because I can use Tally to go and do that. 8 laps on these super soft tyres. We're going to see how long they last, because I don't think they're going to last all that long. Do a slight downforce tweak, maybe go a bit lower. A 1-click handling tweak towards there, and we're going to then just go back to that. We'll see how that goes. Okay, a lot of positive noises from Tally, but not as perfect a qualifying setup. So, what do we do? We went... Let's up the downforce even further. Go to 18 and 28. In fact, maybe a bit more than that. We'll go right to the end on this, 24. Speed balance, we're going to click back to acceleration, and I'm going to click that one more towards oversteer, maybe. Go 31, 31. And we're going to stick you on qualifying trim, but we're not going to let you finish your lap, I don't think. We're just going to get that quality trim set up, and then we'll go. So it may only be a 5% boost in qualifying, but we're going to need it. So we're 8th and 9th, which is higher than it seemed to indicate we were going to be. Mind you, a lot of drivers are on softs. Okay, so we have our super soft run. We have... Come on, Tally. Just click this up. There we go. That's clicked up. Right, Tally can come in. Okay, so the downforce went the wrong way. We need to actually be lower on the downforce, so let's actually put that down to 17. And 17.5. In fact, we'll go a bit more extreme on that because that was such a thing. So that's 0.7 down on both. That's affected the speed. Was that better? Yeah, speed is better down there. So let's go for 2 clicks. Let's go right to the edge of that. That was great in either position. That probably suggests it actually wants to be a bit further over. Or possibly dead in the middle. But I'm going to gamble on this and it being even longer than I'm expecting. So I'm going to try it like that. Now, though, you do switch to race trim. We're going to keep you out on that same set of super softs because I don't want to waste the tyre we're going to use for practice. Might as well keep going with these. I don't know whether this affects the super soft gain rates for this, but, you know, all the bonuses we can get, we need to stack. Okay, perfect gear ratios. And now just setting out race times there. 9th and 10th. If we are the 5th fastest car on that basis, I will be more than happy to accept that. I don't think we are, but, you know, I'd be happy to accept it anyway. Okay, so Dulatev, new flying lap. 1.2 seconds off the pace with that, but he is on a race run with lots of tyre. What's Tally up to then? Tally is wearing those tyres down quite heavily here, so how long have these gone? I want to look at how many laps they've done. Well, either way, we've got Supersoft 2 up, so we've got 4 minutes to try and get Supersoft 3. We have Race Trim 1 as well. So Viltep has really worn these out, hasn't he? Alright, let's bring him in. I guess I'll bring Tally in as well, just because be neat and try another quick race run here on new tyres. Where are you, Dulatev? Oh, you're coming into the bits now. Oh, triple excellence. Okay, what have we got written down? So, 99%. I'm just going to overwrite what I've got for Singapore here. So that's 17.2 for front wing. 2.0 is what I've got written down there. I'm going to make a point of doing this because we're going to need the advantages later. And 44.44. There's a very slight possibility we can improve that, but I think we'll stick with it for the moment. So, new race trim, and we're going to go for a new set of super softs. That will give us 1 for quali. We're only going to do 1 qualifying run with both drivers, and I'll explain why when we get there. But we'll go with that. In fact, we might do a banker on the scrubs, but just as I show off what actually happens with it. So Tally's on her in lap, coming in. She's going to get out there very shortly on a new set of them. Gives us a chance to do another tweak here, but we've already got perfect qualifying set up for Dulatev at least. Okay, that's actually not... Don't just set it up exactly the same way here. Okay, so that is... Okay, so we need to be in the middle of that. So Let's go up 3 on the gear ratio side and just try it like that. Is that a tweaked for handling? But I've not been able to get a good bearing on where that wants to be, so the only thing I could do is go and use this to set up, but Tally has the best downforce, so 44 and 44 is what I had originally, but that's not ideal for her car apparently. So I'm going to try things like that and race trim and a new set of super softs, which will do 8 laps. How many laps of a race? We need to learn. We need to find that out. But here we go. Tally will be able to do something. We won't be able to set a time, unfortunately, but we're still only 6 tenths off, though, which is getting a bit more encouraging. Weren't able to get level 3 race knowledge by the look of it. We're going to ignore that. We might be able to get level 2 race trim. Ah, no, we're too far away. Maybe if we hadn't have come in, or we hadn't spent the time getting on quali trim, but okay. Feedback scores, though, did allow us to get close. In fact, oh, apparently we did hit Supersoft 3. We can hit Race Trim 2 as well? Is that still going up, or is that just hovering? That's hovering there. Okay, I'm happy we got Supersoft 3, because that gives us the absolute optimal platform to try qualifying stuff. So yeah, everyone above us set a lot of times on softs, so it's only people below us that we really need to worry about. And it looks like we're faster than Rui's Motorsport as well, faster than Ozu Motorsport. Okay, so we might actually be 6th fastest. Maybe. I would certainly take that if we were. Pretty lame practice session from us. Hey. Well, let's see. We now get into a damp qualifying session. Needing to finish 4th or above in order to get the 400,000 bonus. So, there is water on track. The question, I suppose, from our point of view is it going to stay there? Because we think it's going to be dry. I think this is going to be dry, so I'm going to go for the Super Soft and the Quali Trim. Car setup, we've got a 96. Yeah, okay, we'll go with 96. That's as good as we're going to realistically get from this. Bolt Super Softs on. Bolt Super Softs on. In fact, no, let's not do those. Let's bolt the worn Super Softs on both these cars, because this is something I might be able to do in the first instance. I imagine it will dry out, but if it does stay damp for the entire qualifying session, this might actually be how we win. The downside is I'm going to have to try and take qualifying with both drivers simultaneously, and this is not easy. So, actually, does Duletev have... No, he doesn't have his sweet spot. Good news is Tally does have a pit stop legend, so... Okay, we have 10 minutes. The weather is not going to improve massively now, and we are the only drivers who are going to be on these soft tyres. This is going to be a pain to manage. I'm just going to say that now. This is going to be a pain, and I'm useless at this. So, out you go. Out you go. We'll have an inter-run after this, but if we need it. But for now, let's get going. We go at speed 1. And Tally leads Duletev right now. So what we have to do, and I'm going to do this as basically pause stopping as possible, is we need to basically get our tyres and brakes into that temperature. Now, tyres warm up much faster than the brakes by pushing hard, but the brakes heat up massively at each of the braking points, which will be explained momentarily. So, currently, we need Tally to speed up. We're on a straight, so you go for this. I'm going to try and do this both simultaneously here, but I'm going to be pausing at every... Okay, so as you saw, that was a braking point. Now, at the braking point, these tyres went basically there, but the tyre temps are still cold. So, this is where the balance comes in now. We've got to work a way of getting both of these into the optimal areas. Here, so coming to another braking zone. Want to slow down. So, I am using Tally as sort of a guidepost for this. Now we're accelerating again. Speed up. And speed up. And that was me not paying attention to a track here. But let's put the brakes in a reasonable position here. So not too bad. Duletev is actually in a better position right now. So we can now go fast with both drivers. Oh, god damn it. I'm missing the track knowledge entirely here, and my thing now... Yep, there we go. Okay. So we're into an acceleration bit for a brief amount of time here. Tally now... brakes are just at temperature. But we now have a situation with Dulatev, who now needs to cool off those... This is the thing. Brakes are really hard to cool off. Now it's happened, but... That's okay. So Tally's actually looking okay for this. We can then go for a bit of an acceleration here, trying to get those tyres up to the same temperature. Dulatev needs to do the same. Slight break. I didn't realise there was going to be a slight one there, but this is now a long sweeping section here. So let's get those tyres up. Okay, getting there. Tally will ease up now. And ease up. Okay, so now we are approaching another braking point. Awesome. Oh, dear God, I've missed this. This is why I didn't want to do two. I'm trying to concentrate on both of them at the same time. It does not work. There's a brake there. There wasn't done there. Okay. Okay, when's the next braking point? This is actually an acceleration point here, so we need to optimize this. We need to optimize this. I need to catch when this braking point is for Tally here. Ugh, I hate this point. Okay, perfect. If that's the trigger point, then I think we're going to get good on both here. Okay, I will take that. This is how stressful this is with two. If it was one, I could possibly do it. But the fact that I have to concentrate on one, they do the other one. I suppose I could do the auto thing, but you know. We're trying something ambitious here. It's going to get more and more wet as we go on, so we're hoping that this is going to stay dry long enough for them to do something. In it comes. The track is going to get damper and damper, but if we get a good lap now, Tally fastest sector, but she's the first one to cross the line. There is traffic on the outlap in front. We're the only drivers on this. Tally has gone purple twice. There's purple sectors in the inters. This is not good. 9 tenths down. Oh, that is actually terrible. That was actually terrible in context. Okay. So we went free there. It was too much. We weren't quick enough. We're going to have one last attempt, and we're going to have to hope that the track either dries out on us and we can do a time, or we just get lucky here. But yeah, even at that point, it's triggered. So we have just enough time for Tally to go out again on a new set, which is what we're going to gamble on here. We look at the good news is we are massively faster than the other people who tried this, but here we go. We're sending you out on a brand new set of soft tires. Let's go out there and let's do this thing, because by the time they've done one lap, we should hopefully be in that window, the window where you can see stuff is happening. We're going to wait on Dulatev a little bit. I'm going to send Dulatev out at the critical point where we can still do a lap. I think this might be too early for Tally, actually. To be honest, I might have messed this up. Okay, well, let's go for the heat. Into the braking zone. Yeah, I should not be doing this at speed 3. Speed 1. It is going down. I'm hoping we can hit the optimal point here. So, we know brakes are going to get a bit warmer now. Okay. Let's go a little higher with this now. Need to optimal until we get to this braking point, and then... Okay, this isn't too bad. We can now go speeding up for this, try and get the tyres up to temp. Bring the brakes up nicely. Ease off a bit. Ease off a lot. Ease off a lot. Okay, and now just the acceleration point to go. Oh, done it. Come on, tyres go down. Alright. Now we need to get this. Come on. Come on. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Ah, tyres are cold. Tyres are cold, but this is now where we have to now send out Vaduletev, who I think will have the proper run. New set of softs. Do I just do auto though? Because I might. Maybe in future races I won't do auto, but Tally locked up. She's messed this lap up, and we're not going to be able to do another. So if we did auto, does this do it perfectly for us? Oh, you're just overheating these things like mad. What are you doing? What are you doing, sir? Is this the plan, or is this just... Because now I've got to keep this in this sort of optimal area, which is not easy. Alright. Let's go for it now. You know the tyres will warm up faster than that. Come on. Oh, god damn it. Maybe, I don't know whether the auto would have helped, but... That's not a brilliant setup now, and everybody's kind of on this now. Alright, Tally, though, is going to have the first one. Tally went up to 8th from that. And considering I think most of those were on the Inters, deals have purple sector 1. Purple sector 2. She did gain 3 seconds, so... Okay, maybe it's not as bad as I thought, but she's still a second slower. And no way of getting another one. The fact that everybody's now got these super soft runs, then... Yeah, Holtz has already beaten this time. Yeah, 1.5 seconds straight away, so we are out of sponsor objective. Tally may have qualified last with that. 12th and 16th is how it goes. 2 more runners still to go, but they're both ahead of us anyway, so 12th and 16th. And Holtz, the pole sitter for this next race. So I'm wondering whether auto is based on their stats, which actually would make a bit of sense. Maybe I'll have to look into that later and see what they actually do with that. Because it did look as if it was going to just lead that to complete disaster, and I kind of recovered it. Maybe? Maybe he could have recovered it themselves, but still. No, we're not going to pass on a marriage proposal to Claire Tally. Not after that result. Maybe later. So, the Singapore Grand Prix. Target is 4th, which was ambitious to set in all honesty, but this has got to be our best race for getting points. This is going to go full inters very, very quickly and may even go full wets after that. So, we're going to go pit stop legend and we're going to go race trim. We're going to go tyre changes and race trim. As good as the super soft bonus is, I don't think we're in a position to abuse it. So we know our setups. We're going to go normal, normal. But what I am going to do is put some fuel on. Oh, I hadn't realised this. This is actually based on... We have a set fuel load with fuel to the end. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Let's then push for tyres a little bit, but stay medium on fuel. Interesting. So we actually can build up fuel for midpoint for later on in the race. Or burn it up now. Okay, so 27 laps of fuel in the car is not enough. Why have I got 27 laps of fuel in the car if it's not enough? Oh, what have I done here? Alright, low engine mode. Let's just get this over with. I should have just picked the 16th and running. Go. Okay, lights out. Dilatev made a good start. Is up to 10th. Nope, he's up to 11th. He's chasing 10th down, though. And might just have it. This has been a great start by our #1 driver. champion last season, has bonuses coming into this. Tally is still holding on to 16th. Duletev coming around the outside, is squeezed. Oh, and loses a lot of positions there. Has the inside line for the return, but he's going to lose 13th as well. Oh, but siving at the inside. Alright, holds on to 12th. Tally still in 16th. Let's accelerate up a bit and keep going. So, yeah, we have problems. Unless it's just I've got a lot of fuel in the car, I suppose, and that's just how long... Alright, let's change the plans. Let's go overtake. Duletev locks up. A lot of drivers went into the pits already. What do they know that we don't? What do they know that we don't? I mean, Tally's tyres are okay, so let's go medium here. Push on fuel for a bit. So in 9th position, we are possibly being ambitious here, but... Oh, darn it. Duletev loses a position. Tally attempts to overtake. He's in 14th currently. We're challenging for that and losing ground. How's everybody else going? Everybody else is kind of easing off, so maybe we should as well go to a high fuel load here. There's a high mediums. And just see if we can keep this running from here, but Duletev back down to 12th already. 12th and 14th. There are runners on better inter tyres, but they didn't start on soft, so I don't know what that hat was about, really. Is one lap going to make that much of a difference here? Well, the rain is going to ease off. Maybe now it's conserve tyres and see. Conserve and see time, then. Now, a lot of the drivers who are behind us are on... Oh, locking up again. Are with the better teams. The rain's going to come down heavier for a brief amount of time, but it's still heavily in the inter window. I guess the longer we make these tyres work, the less pit stops we have to do. Yeah, we'll see. Should hopefully get easier as we go on through the laps, but we currently have 22 laps of fuel in the car. It is all about the tyre stops and just having to put the little extra on top. I'm hoping that is anyway, otherwise we've got real problems. So Duletev still holding off 12th from 13th here. Tally has more fuel, as we're burning fuel quite nicely, I think, but everybody else is looking to save it. Yeah, I think, okay, we'll use the fuel to stay ahead. It's a long gap to 15th, and they're not that much better off in terms of tyre wear. I was hoping we'd be better at it, but apparently we're getting to save Duletev's going to have some problems if he doesn't keep this up. So I'm thinking now we go back up and medium. Just save a bit of fuel, save something on the tyre wear. Because Tally's holding on. Tally is massive, is doing a really good job at holding on to her tyres. Downside is we're not doing a good job of holding on to 11th place right now. Tally locks up as I say that. So 33 seconds already the gap to the leaders. Okay, well the good news is our tyres are much better than most of the guys around us, so we can go another lap. Or at least we think Tally can. Duletev probably can't, and the weather is not looking like it's going to change very much. So it's looking like a new set of inters, and they've just gone straight in. Okay, Duletev, this is your last chance to really do anything significant, so we're going to go overtake and pit, and accept he's probably going to undercut us a little bit here. And yes, I can put fuel in the car. There's probably not much point in doing so, actually, so we're just going to keep the same amount of fuel in the car, not do any fuel stops for the moment. Have a look at our parts. None of them are really too bad in comparison. Balance pit stop. Tally then. This is probably your push lap. Attack, overtake, and we will pit you at the end of this one. Also, allow teammate through. But yes, we're pitting with Tally at the end of this lap, going on to a new set of inters. No extra fuel. Let's just keep going with how we are. Although, in fairness, she probably does need some park fixing here. 35%. Let's just do that, because even though it's going to cost us, it's going to be worse by that stage. Okay, that was alright. Oh, I realised I pitted both. Oh dear. But it's a 2-second pit stop. If Dulatiev can... Oh, this is actually kind of terrible here. I've swapped drivers around and it's not going to work out at all for me, is it? Well, Dulatiev is about 2 seconds behind, so maybe. Maybe, alright. Well, this is just proving it's not going to work on the undercut. Tally locks up, straight into the pits. In she goes. Stacking both drivers here. Oh, and there was a hold up. It's because I asked them to repair as well, didn't I? That was a really silly idea. Alright, Tally's up to 8th though. Which I have to take as good. We'll go high, high. And I think the sun's coming out after a few more laps, so we may be aggressive here. We're almost certainly going to have to put some more fuel in the car eventually, so let's go on an aggressive charge with Tally then. So Dulatiev is starting to close on 9th place. And there comes the remaining pit stops, so we've gained a bit of time back. Tyre temps are high. Okay, we'll go down to medium with you. We'll go down to medium with Tally. And let's just make sure of things before we go leaping on a decision. But I really feel we're going to be off these tyres very soon. Yeah, we're going to be off these tyres in a few laps, so let's go massive overtake. Claire Tally, personal best. Gap to the leader, wordy 1-1 now. Dulatiev's already burning his tyres too fast. There's fast and there's just not able to make it, so... Tally is just doing a good job of holding station right now. 31-4 is not terribly competitive, at least on the leader's pace, but isn't bad. Okay, so these have got to last 2 more laps. On this basis, we now go to medium. So 2 laps for Tally to just stay with things. Okay, Tally locks up. 1:31.3. She is going faster than a few of the other drivers in front, though, so this isn't too bad. And we're going on the fuel attack, but I think we might want to consider just easing off that as well. Because we're almost out to a proper stint now. So it would be a stint and then a pit and stint. So let's just see. I think next lap might be soft territory. Oh, okay, people have already come in for softs. Okay. Well, we're going to go for it then, I think. Over attack, pit, and we're going to go out for soft tyres. Put a lap of fuel in the car and fix the front wing. Fast pit stop because Tally is competing for this one. Dulatiev is going to have to last a little longer, but we will put you into high engine mode for the moment and just see what we can do with this. Tally, we're hoping to do a long stint on these soft tyres. We're also hoping that I've not messed this up, because now Dulatiev is going to be in a real world of pain if this goes wrong. So overtake and pit. Going to put you onto soft tyres as well. Give you 11 laps of fuel. That gives us a splash and dash at the end. Fix. Fix. And fix, I suppose. We're gambling here, but I feel that we might have gambled too much now. How is Tally doing compared to the leaders? Just miles of time being lost. Miles of time being lost. Darn it. I went too early. Alright, Tally go medium, medium. We need to conserve. And I'm really hoping that the timing's correct now for you. Because unfortunately I've got no choice. The tyres are gone. Okay, great speed on the repairs. Let's get marching then. Neutral push, and let's see. How's Tally's times doing to the leader? It's all over the place. It's still going down. We're too early, but hopefully Dulatev is not going to be too early by too much, because it's just about getting into the window. Yeah, that's recovering. Okay, drivers into the stops. Okay, 8th place back for Tally, who hopefully will be charging up here. Everybody's on worn tyres as well, so that might be benefiting us. Code Kanjiro has retired. Race coming into our favour now. The problem is people are so far in front of us. We're 60 seconds behind on some cases. Tally is going to have to start conserving those tyres to make the strategy work. I think we're at the point of doing this now. Brakes are feeling strange. Okay, let's go medium, medium, and just conserve. We could really do a good safety car right now. Okay, Tally up into 6th through the pit lane. Dulatev up into 7th through the pit lane. We're 1 point away from points. And Vidal in front of us is just going very slowly on those worn tyres. We're actually going faster than the leaders are right in this moment. Can Tally... Oh, what has Tally got here? Is she going to have enough? Is she going to hit 3rd? Tally is in 3rd. It might not keep it, but we have both drivers in target positions. Oh, this is madness. Oh no, we didn't hit 3rd. We are 4th. Okay. Suddenly now, points. Is there any hope of us staying here, though? Holtz is behind Dulatev. On fresher tyres. On better tyres as well. The gap isn't all that big. Dulatev, we may have to do holding jobs now. Let's conserve and low. Tally is doing a good enough job here. We're going to have one new tyre stint. We just have to make us last as long as the driver in front and the driver behind do, and hope that somebody else crashes. Or otherwise retires, because this might just be how we get back into this race. Tally's car is now in critical condition. Okay. Decisions. She could do one more stint and last to the end. She could do it. The downside is I don't think Dulatev's now in a position to defend either, so we're medium, medium here. Gonna ignore that for now. Okay, here we go. Pit stop. Soft tyres. Fuel to the end. Fix. Fix. 45 seconds here. Well. The good news is after this she will be able to attack. After that she will be able to attack. In fact, we're going to attack her now. New set of soft tyres. Fueled not really to the end though. So we'll go high here. Holtz has gotten past, so we're going to lose 5th place as well. Okay, Tally goes in. Dulatev. Let's see what we can do here. But now we're relying on other cars blowing up at the end of this race. Dulatev, as long as he can keep going, is probably not too bad. Conserve his tyres for the moment. But he's a long way in front of 6th. Tally is now miles out of the pace now. But should have the tyres to make it. In 9th, 8th place would not be a bad... 9th, 5th is actually a great finishing position. We have championship points out of the first event. Multiple championship points if there's more crashes. And everybody does have to stop. Again, Tally does not, technically speaking. And has excess fuel in the bank. So... it's just how long can we get Doolittle in? Because we'd like him to go out on the super softs. We don't want to really do the soft strategy here. Just seeing how Tally's doing here. She's actually keeping pace with the car in front. 1.9 seconds. Still 1.9. Rick de Graaf. Oh, we've gone up into 4th again. Is this going to bring out the safety car, though? This did not bring out the safety car. I don't know even... actually, is it a virtual safety car or an actual safety car? I don't actually know. But here come some drivers into the pits as well. So, Doolittle. 9 laps to go. We've hit sponsor target. Issue with the brakes. Okay. I don't think we're going to be able to stay out there with Doolittle very long here. How big is the gap to... oh, quite a big one. Alright, let's go low conserve here. I'm not trying to save time, I'm trying to save his car condition a little bit. And actually, on that basis, you can get a medium. Doolittle goes up into 3rd here. But now they're on new soft tyres. And I'd really like to have him go out on new super softs. Tally, fastest lap, personal best for her in 7th. So she's doing quite well, actually. Doolittle should be able to outlast the drivers in front as well as an added bonus. But this is now just a case of... we're now playing chicken with Doolittle's car. He can do one more lap on these tyres. In fact, I think he has to come in this lap if only because he's not going to last that. So, okay, comes in. 8 laps remaining. New set of super softs. 7 laps of fuel in the car. We'll go with that. Fix the brakes. Fix the front wing. Fast go. Gambling just a little bit here, I have to be honest. But he can now push for tyres. That driver in 9th is so much quicker than us right now. But he's on new tyres. Okay, enters the pits from 3rd. Drops down to 5th. But we're fairly certain some of those drivers in front of us do have to pit again. Okay, medium and push. Doolittle is going to be in the points at the end of this race, the way things are going here. Where is... Tally's up to 6th? Yeah. We're 5th and 6th after the first race. If one more retirement actually happens, look how far behind. One of these drivers has not stopped yet. We're genuinely in 4th position. Okay, start conserving here. In fact, back up. You're a long way in front of 7th, who is in the pits now, I've just noticed. So really, Tally's race is over, but Doolittle has a shot at the win right now, folks. What craziness is this? We have excess fuel, we have excess tyres. Navarro in front of us is slower than us. Do I just try this? I think we've got to try this if we're going for the overtake right now. Doolittle finds himself in the rather bizarre position of trying for the lead. Vidal has to stop, yeah. We are now genuinely trying for the lead of this race now with Doolittle. And this is what he did so well last season. Holtz does get past. We knew that was going to happen. But we are genuinely P5, I think, still with Tally here. Unfortunately, the driver behind is going to have much fresher tyres. But that's why we're saving. I don't think Dulatev has the pace to do this. No, I think we're going to have to concede and go down to medium here. We just run out of excess fuel as well. But we might be... Dreyfus has retired. Where's Dreyfus? Oh, down there. Oh, god darn it. That was such a good moment for the half a moment there. Where is 6th in relation to Tally? Nowhere near. So Tally actually could go in for new tyres if he really wanted to. We've got excess fuel if we need to burn it. But Tally's on a championship point right now. Our team is currently scoring massively well at this first event. We're still half a second behind Navarro here. We're going to have to lunge when we have tyres to do it, I think, really, is the plan now. Conserve tyres and just see if we can get those tyre temps down for a last lap lunge with the better tyres. Yeah, we're targeting the last lap here. 1.1. Okay, we might be getting too far away at that stage, but oh, this is tense here. Alright, 2 laps to go. Dulatev, 0.7. His tyres are not in as good condition as they were a moment ago. We are suffering mass tyre wear issues, but I'm going to have 1 lap to lunge at this. So yeah, this is the sector where we can go for it a little more. So high. No, actually, don't do high. We're medium here. 1.4, 1.5, 1.6. Maybe now he's just pushing a bit harder. Get the hammer down. Alright, here we go. Push, push. Last chance, Dulatev, for the win. Tally is 14 seconds ahead, so... And he's actually had a bit of a train of lapped cars behind her, I think. Which is somewhat amusing. So last chance saloon now. We're going to absolutely wreck these tyres to go for this. 0.9, Dulatev charging up the field. 0.6, 0.5, 0.5, 0.4, on the inside, no! Not able to make it stick. Dulatev, though, podium from the first race of the season. Retirements or not, that was awesome for us. Tally is just... I think she's just trolling these lapped cars now. She's genuinely not that fast. She's trying to slow up as well, just to make sure she gets the car across the line. She did. Double points from our first race, and only the top 5 score. Navarro held off Dulatev to the end. It was a good race, sir. I have no idea how. I'm going to need a proper F1 analyst to just go over that, really, because that was kind of insane. We were on the wrong tyres for at least a lap or two. I mean, if we'd have gone a lap longer on those 2 tyres or been able or done things like that, I think we would have genuinely had the win with Dulatev. Scrutineering. Has anyone got any banned parts already? It would be rather ridiculous if they had. But there we go. There's no points for fastest lap of the race, but there are 2 points for 5th, and there are 6 points for top. We actually... Oh, no. Actually, Esprit have both the point scoring positions, so we are 3rd in the championship. Until next time.